Hey everybody, before we start this podcast, as always, I gotta give a shout out to our sponsor for this week. It is, you guessed it, Haven Cottage Investments. Alright, they have the knowledge, they have the power, they have the tools and techniques that can put you in a better place in life. You want to buy a house? You want to sell a house? Need to rent out some property? Need to find some tenants? Anything at all, Haven Cottage Investments can do. Haven Cottage Investments. I can say words properly. Everything you need to get in touch with them is all in the description below. You need an email address, you need a phone number, it's all good. Again, if you want to start your future off right, you gotta listen, take some advice from a 22-year-old. Get in touch with Haven Cottage Investments. Alright, well that's enough out of me. Let's get to the show. Podcast.
Anyways, what were we talking about? The live action Captain Underpants film?
Yeah, if they were to make a live action, Jack Black would have to be Principal Krupp.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then, I don't know.
It would have
I'm
to be
thinking Eddie Murphy is the kid. Like, just.
Wasn't he one of the voices in the.
No, Kevin Hart.
Oh,
Kevin
yeah.
Hart
Yeah.
and Thomas Middleditch.
But yeah, just like have Eddie Murphy or something like as the kid, and they just have like other kid actors, and he's the only adult as a kid. It just like everyone just pretends he's a kid.
Yep.
But he's just a full grown, like with a beard or something like that.
What was that movie with, I think it was Adam Sandler, where he had to go back to like elementary school or something like that?
Oh,
Billy Madison?
I think that's it.
it sounds about right.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's it.
Anyways, welcome back to the One More Podcast. We're doing something a little different today because I'm getting bored with routine and I'm having existential crisis left and right. We are now making this segment a full-on show. We're doing the one more piece of advice. And so we're going around and giving our 2 cents on things happening in the real world. Where we're getting this information, you can email me at onemorepodcast@gmail.com. That is ONEMORE pod, P-O-D, cast, podcast@gmail.com. I spelt that correctly. But for now, since everyone hates me and no one wants to email in, we're just going to go on r/advice, and people post things that they need advice on, and we're going to give our 2 cents, and maybe it'll apply to the listener's life. Maybe it won't. Maybe they'll find it funny. Maybe
they're one of the listeners.
Maybe they are one of the
One
chances
of
that the chances that 75,000 subscribers or maybe one of
the odds are in our favor.
The odds are in our favor. So let's do. Oh wow. Okay, we're gonna start off real intense.
Is this dark?
It's not dark. It's just pretty intense. We're getting into the very mature, I wouldn't say mature themes.
Okay.
So I'm going to read the title, and then if the description's short, I'll probably skim through the description and read it. But I know Redditors like to post, 4 to 5 to 6 paragraph long descriptions of whatever is going on in their life. But the title, and you can think about it while I read. How do you tell 3 young kids their mother is gone? My sister just passed away yesterday as a single mom, leaving behind 3 kids, 12, 8, and 5. The oldest is autistic, and quite honestly, we're still going through a lot and trying to piece things together. They don't even know they don't even know their mother is gone. The father is unreliable, and we can't trust him with the kids. I honestly can't face them and tell the truth. I've been trying to spoil them and keep them happy for now, but it just keeps making it even harder. So, Blake, how would you tell 3 kids that their mother is gone? Wow, that's
picked a fucking doozy.
Literally
No way.
3 hours ago. This was posted 3 hours ago.
Holy
so
shit.
Someone's in a life crisis right now. Blake, how are we going to save this person and tell them the mom is gone?
First thing, why are you having time to post on Reddit when that just happened? That's my first question.
Well, I think let's say I would say probably by the context, maybe this is going on for a few weeks, and so she's
for
just...
a few weeks in the.
Oh no!
Kids don't
Okay,
know?
yeah, that's true. Maybe a
What?
few days, I guess.
Let's round up and go a couple of days.
Okay, so it's been a couple of days.
I can't believe somebody would wait more than 5 days to tell their kids that their mom died.
Okay, because
that seems
sucks.
more messed up than telling the kids that their mom died.
Yeah, that does. So okay, so it's like in this situation to make ourselves feel better that there's not crappy people.
Like they spent the night at Uncle
or
Johnny's house or Aunt Jane's house or whatever.
Just for now, and they don't know anything. And while at the house, they're being spoiled too.
How did she die? Does it say?
No, she just they passed
Ugh.
away. Oh no. Okay, no, I read the context. I'm stupid. The sister passed away yesterday. So this was 3 hours ago. Passed away yesterday. I'm sure the
Okay.
kids are probably with
And
the.
it doesn't say how she died?
No, she just passed away.
Okay, well, man, there's only really one way to go about it, for me at least, and it's to sit him down and be honest with him.
Well, I mean, would you straight up say your mother is dead,
No,
or would
no.
you say okay? So you wouldn't.
I wouldn't just sit him down right after they're watching.
Oh well, no. I mean, like, would you?
All right, listen up, kiddos.
I mean, like, would you describe death to them, or do you think they're too young right now to?
Does it say how old they are?
They're
Yeah,
like 5, 8, and 12.
Oh,
But the oldest,
fuck,
but the
dude.
12-year-old is autistic.
Fuck
Which
that.
that's a wide range.
Mhm.
There's a wide range of autistic, symptoms and whatnot.
Sure.
We don't know how.
Well, let's just say when you look at them, or whenever you're in a social situation, you can definitely tell that they're autistic.
Okay. If my sister passed away and
Mhm.
she had 3 kids, and 5, 8, and 12, oldest
Mhm.
is autistic, and they've been at my house for a day and a half, and my sister died of a heart attack or something.
Sure.
I'd pour myself a couple glasses of whiskey before.
Of course. Sounds reasonable.
That should be reasonable.
For that, yeah, dude.
Pour one out for my sister.
Okay.
And then I'd sit these 3. Are they boys?
I don't think they said specifically, but let's see. No, we don't know. Let's just say a mixture, boys and
Okay,
girls.
so let's go 2 girls and a boy.
Okay.
Man, I would have to sit them down at the dinner table, and
All of them at the same time?
Yeah.
Because
I feel like there's if I was going to be told that my mom died, I would want my brother and my sister right by my side.
I don't know.
I wouldn't want to be told alone.
I
'Cause
will,
that's a really fragile.
well, what if
point.
you brought in family and stuff like that, like the grandparents or something like that, or technically your parents? Because I don't know. I just feel like since they have such a wide range and different emotions are going to come out, wouldn't you want to handle that one by one?
No, I'd want to have family support there ready to go.
Okay.
And so I would bring in my mom and my dad, and I would bring in, her husband or her fiance. Well, the dad's
Well,
not there. Sorry.
the dad's unreliable,
Right,
and we can't
right,
trust
so-
him with the kids.
Right. So never mind about the dad.
Mhm.
Yeah. I would tell them at the same time, because that's, to me, at least for me personally, I would want my brother and my sister there. If someone came up to me and said, "Hey, your mom died,"
Okay.
I would need my sister there.
And would you?
And I feel like I would need to be there for my brother.
sure.
Um,
So would you to clarify? Would you explain that she died? Death is a thing you need to know going forward in life, or would you just say she went off, she's gone? Kind of the very sprinkle it lightheartedly, or would you Because I don't know. I feel like at that age, they're kind of sort of on the brim. Because what,
I'm
11?
trying to remember from whenever my great grandma died, and I was like 10 or 11. I just had 2 uncles pass away within the same week. And I'm not a crier, and that's not me trying to be macho. It's just I like to keep everything inside, and that's how I deal with stuff. But when my great grandma died, and I was, I don't know, 9 or 10, I wasn't aware of what was going on. Even though my dad had explained to me what death was, because I was also really curious about that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so when I was told what death was, I was kind of fascinated.
Really?
Yeah. And that seems kind of creepy looking back at it, a 9 or 10-year-old being fascinated about the concept of not being there.
Well, it's different.
Right.
You have your life, you're living it day to day, and then hey, something's out of the
Right.
ordinary.
But I don't think for that age, 5, 8, and an autistic 12-year-old, I'd have to.
Oh, you just sugarcoat it?
Yeah, your mom had a heart attack, and She's gone.
Okay.
And I love you guys, but your mom is not going to be there anymore. But you have me, you have your brother and your sister, you have grandparents that love you, you have friends that love you. Everything is going to be okay.
Damn.
We're all here for you. You don't have to worry about a thing.
I'm getting choked up just hearing that.
Your mom is going to be fine. And so are you. She would not want you guys to sit here and be upset. She would want you guys to go off and be the best people that you can be.
Blake, stop. I'm going to start crying. Blake, seriously. Like, that's good. That's
the only way you could, I feel like. You couldn't be the drunk uncle like,
hey, your mom's fucking dead, man.
Right. You couldn't do that.
Jesus.
Especially with 5, 8, and 12-year-old. And so you'd have to approach it from that angle.
Yeah.
You'd give the news.
Mm-hmm.
Remind them that everything is going to be okay. You have a family that loves you and supports you no matter what, and they will be there for you no matter what.
Uh-huh. And
if you have any questions, I am here. Your aunt and your uncle are here for you. Your grandparents are always going to be there whenever you have questions. Am I good?
Yeah, you're good.
And you've also got tons of friends and other family members that are willing to do whatever it takes for you.
Yeah. Wow.
And that's how I would approach it.
Alex, would you change anything from what Blake said? Because I mean, not to take away, but you did go on for a little bit of a rant there, and that's okay.
I'm so sorry.
No, that's okay. I mean, you covered it. Would you do anything different or anything like that?
That would probably be the ideal way to go about it.
Okay.
Because you wouldn't be able to just say, "Hey, by the way, your mom's dead," and then not give any like,
"Hey, BTW."
Yeah, I gotta go to work. Food's in the fridge. Your mom died. Later.
Wait, what was that last part?
You can't do that, but like. Yeah, Blake hit it pretty much on the nose.
Okay. Well, we'll our next one we'll let Alex start since you're.
I am so sorry.
Hog the whole thing.
I know. I'm sorry.
Maybe not pick such a fucking heavy topic.
Yo, it's. I mean, it is what it is. We're actually gonna take a quick break, real quick. I'm gonna fix Blake's mic because it's gonna irritate me till the end of time. So 1 second. All right, and we're back. We took a break. Blake went pee, and we listened to a Tom Petty cover band doing "Roading Down Dream." All that good stuff. I got some mail. We might sound a little different because Blake is now officially at a good spot, so he might sound better. Probably not. He never sounds good. Anyways, moving on to the next.
This is what your mom was talking about.
Yo, it's okay.
Bullying your co-host.
It's okay though. All right, so we have just now moved on from a super, super depressing topic.
We needed a break after.
Wow, okay. Here's another big, huge one. Alex, you get to start this one off.
I swear to God, if this is another, like, death in the family.
No, it's not death in family.
Instead of the mom, it was the kids.
Fuck.
I have to tell the mom.
How do you tell a schizophrenic mom that her kids died? Go.
No,
that's horrible.
Like
Okay, the advice. My wife is considering adopting her autistic sister. I'm not okay with it. What should we do? Background, I'm 30. My wife is 33. We have a 2.5-year-old daughter. My wife's father, in the 60s, is a total POS. He's currently in jail and will likely be going to prison for a long time. About 4 or 5 years ago, he married another POS in the late 40s, and a late 40s-year-old POS, and the two of them have had a daughter.
Relatable.
My wife was just contracted by the Department of Human Services because a little sister's mother abandoned her with a friend 2 weeks ago and has not yet returned. They told her that her sister has autism. She's nonverbal and still is in diapers, and that's my wife. And now my wife is currently considering the best placement option within the family. Blah 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 blah. I'm staunchly opposed to taking her. I can't help but feel that I would knowingly be taking away from my daughter, and I know I would harbor undeserved resentment towards my wife's little sister. Blah 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 blah. Can anyone offer some advice on how to handle the situation?
So how old is the sister?
The sister that they
Still
would be
in
adopting
diapers.
is 4.5 years old, and they currently have a 2.5-year-old. And so this man is staunchly against it. So what would you consider to help him? And then other than aside the fact, grow balls and, just let the kid adopt him. So I'm going to throw a little twist for you. So if we're going to help him, and figure a win-win, obviously where the autistic girl gets some kind of safety and security, some kind of family, but it's not within his immediate family. What would you do, Alex?
I mean, I personally would just tell the dude, grow balls and
Wow. Not even going to try and help
the
him?
kid.
I mean, I agree.
Like, you can't, like, that's just being fucking selfish. Like, it's a kid that you are related to. Well, not related. He's not related to them.
He's not. Yeah, none
it's
of them's
family.
blood. That's true.
Like, you can't just fucking leave family out.
So you don't think there'd be to try and maybe find some extended family or something and
I mean, like,
handle
you
the
could
kid off
try to find like really close family,
Mhm.
but you can't just like. I mean, and it also depends on the relationship between his wife and her sister. Like, if she visited her sister often, does her sister know her?
I'm guessing the wife probably barely visit this from what it looks like. They just had it like the dad and the stepmom had a kid, and that's about it. And so maybe she saw her every now and then, but not a close like super close relationship there.
I'd still say take the kid in.
Still take the kid.
Because, like, that's just fucked up.
No, yeah.
And I mean, I can understand, like, not wanting to.
Uh-huh.
And, like, feeling that you might have to focus on the sister coming in because she's obviously going to need more attention. And he might be worried that he's going to take away from his daughter. But it's just like having another kid.
Sure. It all kind of comes out in the wash.
Yeah, it would just be like having another kid that you didn't birth, but it's
you didn't plan for.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean,
you're talking, and I agree. I completely agree. I'm just trying to think of a realistic situation where they can both win. Blake, are you coming up with any ideas?
Let's assume though that the fact that he didn't mention any extended family, makes me seem like that's not an option.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that the options now are give the child up to the state, or adopt the child and raise it. In which,
well, what if they had like close family friends? So do you think that would be an option, or because it's family, it has to stay family?
Well, try looking at it from like if you had an autistic 4-year-old that wasn't yours, and you went up to me and said, "Hey, you want it?"
Well, I mean,
that seems to me like a more selfish thing to do than
okay.
That seems like taking a lack of responsibility for family. I know he didn't ask for this situation. He didn't ask to be put in this situation, but life doesn't wait on you to open and close doors. That's how life is. And the only moral obligation you have is to your wife and your daughter. And if your wife is doing this,
then
you don't have a choice but to be
true.
And I don't mean this like be a man with the big broad shoulders, but no, be a responsible man and a responsible dad.
Sure.
And you take on this child.
You married into this family, quirks and all.
Right.
Now
and one thing that I want to add real quick is if the wife is like hellbent on them adopting her sister, she could just be like, "Hey, if you don't want my sister, then I can just leave you."
That's
so,
true.
I mean, if he's just going to be if he's going to be a dick about it, which it doesn't seem like he's.
Well, one thing I did skim over, I didn't think it was crucial, but since you brought this up, they've had arguments about it, and he's worried that it might lead a path towards a divorce.
Dog, just take the kid.
But yeah, so
it's not worth like losing your wife over.
No,
that's
or
true.
your child. It's not.
That's also
once
true.
you get a divorce, since
that'll ruin both of those kids' lives.
Right, since 88% of divorce cases end with the mother taking the child, you got to realize what you're doing to that kid when you don't have a 2-parent household.
That's true.
The odds of that kid now growing up and being a successful adult are drastically cut because you didn't want to take on a 4-year-old that needs help, that needs a place to go,
right? Or
it's left up to the state where the child is essentially a piece of paper,
right? So I think we're all on the same page with what we would do now to kind of put a spin on it in the future. So let's say he does take the kid, and the wife and the husband are all good now, and they have the autistic kid and they have the regular daughter. If the mom and dad, if the dad gets out of jail and the mom comes back, do you think they should have visitation rights, or do you think at this point in the kid's life, they're excommunicated?
Alex? I would say no, just because like if you're in jail or in prison or anything like that.
To be fair, we don't know what for.
True, it could just be like a minor thing, like he happened to have weed on him or something.
Right.
But
well, he's in his 60s, so I don't know if about any hip stoner 60s.
Logically, it's most likely, statistically, it's probably for a DWI.
Yeah, or like some sort of warrant that he didn't go in for. But
that's true.
Maybe tax evasion or something.
Maybe. Yeah. But do old people pay taxes?
Willie Nelson didn't.
That's true. He was outlaw country. Anyways, go ahead, Alex.
But I would, depending on the why he's in prison or jail, would probably change.
So the dad said he's a piece of crap.
Yeah, well, I mean, he said that about the mom.
Yeah, it sounds like both the mom and the dad are POSs.
Right, and that's why they. Yeah, that's all the more reason. This is also coming from.
Yeah, it's also coming from the guy who doesn't want to take the kid, so he could just be like a super negative person.
Well, if he obviously doesn't want the kid, then why make a situation where it makes it more logical to take the kid? If he was, if that was the real situation,
it sounds like
he would have said the mom's great. I don't know why my wife wants to take this kid. The mom's great. Right. He's being honest that they're pieces of crap.
He's genuinely conflicted. So. Right. So let's say the dad was in for just driving while intoxicated or something like that, and I mean the mom just left the kid with a friend. So
yeah, that's fucked up.
So
fuck her.
Okay, so you would also agree down the road when the kid is a teenager and asks, "Hey, mommy, daddy, hey, mommy, sister / whomever, who are my real parents?" Would you tell them?
I would say like you can tell them, but
or you're probably not going to see
them. Visit them.
Okay. All right,
because that's fucked up.
I don't know.
I think that's up to the daughter.
When she becomes of age,
If you want to meet your real mom and your real dad, I will go with you. But here are the facts, and here's what happened.
Okay. So just be brutally honest and let them make a choice.
Yeah.
All right. But up until that point, you would would bar the.
I am your mom. I am your dad.
Okay, so you would bar them from seeing the kid.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right,
for sure.
That sounds relatively reasonable. Man, we are not getting any lighter today with this pieces of advice.
Pick better questions then.
I like these questions though. They're like
or Dairy Queen. See, here's something I can get behind.
That's part of the yes no section. I'm just kidding. Whataburger, obviously.
Yes.
Ex best friend's mother passed away. Do I go to the funeral? My best friend in high school and I drifted apart many years ago. We are Facebook friends and occasionally give each other a comment here and there. We graduated back in 2003. She recently posted that her mother passed away, and I don't know if I should make the appearance tomorrow at the funeral and pay my respects. It's just strange because we haven't been the best friends we used to. Nothing happened. We just sort of separated in ways in life. I practically was over their house every other day as a kid and as a teenager, but now I don't. Should I go?
Ask her first. Hey, do you mind if I go and...
Well, it sounds like... Because don't you have, open funerals or something? Isn't that a thing?
There are open funerals, but, most of the time, they're going to be, closed for family.
Mm-hmm. Well, it sounds like he has... If he comes in, it'd be okay. And if he doesn't, that's okay.
No, we know the wiser.
Yeah, exactly. So...
Right. I would go just because, if you're that close to the person, even in, early stages of life, they had somebody in their life that passed away. Right. They're gonna welcome any emotional support.
That's true.
So just showing up, being like, "Hey, I'm here for you, dude."
Mm-hmm.
That's probably a good thing.
Blake,
I would ask first.
Okay,
and I would
genuinely either
hey,
don't go or don't go.
Really sorry. If you don't mind, I would love to come to the funeral and pay my respects and see you.
Sure. And then if they say no,
I know it's been a while, and if you're not cool with it, I totally understand.
Okay.
But I would like to go.
Okay.
And leave it up to them.
I don't know. Because the long distance drifting away kind of deal, I always see that as just kind of reach out to them because again, what the kind of the vibe is at the funeral and who's there and what's expecting and blah blah blah, and I'm sure the person's going through so much since their mother's dead, but I don't know. I feel like for me, I just kind of just extend a hand, give a call, maybe even visit after the funeral, post funeral, and make it more personable instead of, hey, I'm just a face in the crowd, I'm here, but make an effort after the funeral.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think about any of the friends that I used to have in high school that, since I'm not on social media, they probably, and they haven't, and I don't blame them for it, that, and because I have a very close niche of friends, and that's all I need.
Mm-hmm. So you don't think you would you wouldn't separate from them or grow apart or whatever?
From the friends that I currently have now?
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
And I'm trying to think, if my mom had died and some kids on the baseball team in high school or whatever, that we used to be all, really close.
Yeah.
But we all went off to college.
Ooh,
and the friends that I used to have, or the friends that I do have now, are that I consider my true friends, my ride or die buddies. And
I don't know if I'd want old high school.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to think if since I'm not on social media anymore, and they don't have the chance to comment or send a Facebook message or send a happy birthday when it shows up on the notification.
Yeah.
Then I don't know. I feel like you're at that point, if you're trying to go to my mom's funeral,
I don't care.
Kind of kiss my ass.
Yeah.
I
agree.
Why would you give a shit now?
Yeah.
Kiss my ass. I don't.
If you haven't been there for even just whatever in your life, then
no.
There's no reason.
You don't need to.
I'd agree with that.
Yeah. My mom doesn't deserve to have
just random people
that I used to be friends with go to the funeral.
That's true. Because again, Alex, what you brought up, if it's a closed or maybe a more intimate, then that might not be the right call.
Right. My mom knows a lot of people, and I'm sure a lot of people would show up. But I don't need people that I was friends with that are there to probably take an Instagram pic with their girlfriends before they come because they look nice, and then post it, and then go to the funeral.
Well, what if
give it a hug and then leave?
What if they knew your mom?
That's the thing, though. Because if they did know my mom, then they would know, and they wouldn't.
Have to ask.
They wouldn't have to ask.
Okay. So yeah.
But they would just feel obligated to go.
Right.
Sure. Okay.
That makes sense.
And I probably wouldn't talk to them while they're there either.
Oh, I don't.
That's how I would be after the funeral. I wouldn't.
Oh, I think you'd be busy handling so much,
right. And I would shut down socially. I wouldn't.
Sure.
I'd have that's what I'm saying. I'd have my 6 friends that I know I can count on no matter what. My girlfriend and my family, and that's about it.
There you go. Okay. Next one. A little more lighthearted.
Okay, good.
Better. We're changing the mood a little bit. How should I start talking to a girl in my lecture class? No extra information.
No extra info?
Just how would you go about engaging with a female in your lecture class?
Does it say what class it is?
No, just lecture class. We'll make it a little fun. It is a political science class focusing on state constitution. Lecture class size of 600 students in a big
600?
Big lecture hall. How do you talk to one girl in the faces of hundreds?
So for me, one thing that you could do if you want to get clever about it and you want an excuse in case she's just why are you talking to me? You could miss a day or part a day and then say, hey,
miss class.
I missed class or I missed part of this class. Can I get some notes from you? And hope to God that she actually took notes. Otherwise, you're fucked.
Otherwise you just kind of screwed yourself. No, but that's smart. I like that. I actually never considered that. I mean, I'm kind of afraid to skip class because
I skipped class so much this semester.
I hope you're not taking time out of class to do the podcast.
No,
sorry, Professor, I didn't turn in my assignment. I was on a podcast.
We were talking about mothers
dying mothers. Here's the podcast if you want to listen to it.
Yeah.
Oh, here. Totally excused, Alex.
Yeah.
Well, no, that's smart. I like that. What about you, Blake? Do you got any clever?
I would go to class, or I would, and this sounds creepy, but it's not. I promise. I would wait outside the lecture hall, wait for her to sit down, and then sit down.
Oh, next to her,
close to her, or next to her,
okay.
And then it'd be a gradual in a week get closer and closer.
Okay,
and
do
then,
the long haul,
and then do what you were doing, which was, hey, sorry, I missed what he just said. Let me see it.
Right.
Oh, well, here it is. Oh, hey, what's your name? And then
boom,
and then you're off. You're off for the races, and then you have to rely on your own game.
That's true. Well, but I mean, I feel like the hardest part for a lot of people is just breaking the ice.
For sure. That is the hardest part.
Yeah. Because
both parties.
Yes,
for both parties.
Because I mean, as soon as you get your feet wet, then it's oh, okay, I don't like this person.
So much easier,
right? And then you can decide if she's worth the time or if he's worth the time or whatever.
What would you do, Yuval?
I would crack jokes. I don't know. That'd just be me.
No.
If really,
Yuval telling jokes?
because there was one, and it was actually I gave kind of a relatively specific example because I took a state constitution class or whatever, and it was like 600 kids, and I swear on my life, I don't have any of you guys watched House of Cards at all? Okay.
No.
In season 1, the reporter Zoe, with her hair,
The redhead.
yeah, the redhead, teacher looked exactly like her. Literally exactly like her, like
So
shot
you
for
started
shot.
sitting up close to the front.
Oh no! I was in the back. I was in the back.
You
but
were
like,
Stop
very
wearing,
good
stop
student.
wearing, stop
A
wearing
very good
boxers.
student.
Started wearing compression shorts.
yeah,
No sweatpants.
no. But anyways, I would just crack jokes about like, be careful, Frank Underwood's coming or something, and then like, it was because I think at the time, I think maybe they're on their first or second season or something like that.
Yeah.
Maybe their first season. And so probably wasn't a lot of people who knew it. So I would just kind of do something like that. And just, I would do something similar to you. I don't know if I would wait. I would just kind of sit and maybe wait like, oh, okay, I see that she's sitting in this area. Then next time go and sit just so I'm not, I don't know. Cause
But that's the thing though. If you do that, then depending on the kind of girl she is,
she might notice.
She might notice. Oh, he's sitting in my spot. Fuck, and then go up and find another spot.
That's true.
Versus you taking the initiative
Just
and
sit
sitting
next to her.
or maybe like act like you're coming in late, and then just find a chair and sit down, and then oh hey,
okay. I think we all kind of knocked that out of the park. We're all suave, smooth, sophisticated gentlemen.
We're all very good at this. Now let's see us actually employ it in reality.
yeah,
Ooh,
I'll have
okay.
to let my girlfriend know about that one.
All right, I have a serious one again. Do we want to skip that and go for a different one?
How serious is it?
On a scale from autistic son and mom dying to Whataburger versus Dairy Queen,
there is a neglected black Labrador on my block. What do you do about it? There's more description to it, but we can skip this one because
that might make me too sad.
That's true. I was thinking about that.
Dogs fuck me up, dude.
All right, we're using our one skip to skip that one.
yeah, we had no problem talking about moms dying, but when we get to
when we get to animals,
those poor animals.
I think there's something to it, Alex. You literally just said the poor animals. It's because we feel as humans they can't necessarily handle themselves in like these super drastic, serious situations where it's like, oh, you're human, you're cognitive of what you're doing in life, and you have you can kind of make it in life, or you're okay. And so when something bad happens to a human, you're like, oh well, the cards weren't in your favor. Whereas like with a dog or something like that, if a dog can't get stopped
Owner dies.
beaten.
Dog is locked in house.
Exactly. Like
the
there's
dog
nothing you
can't
can
do
with
anything
that.
about that.
Exactly.
The dog's fucked.
There's so limitations to it. So I think no, stop. We're not doing that. All right. Next, moving on. I'm
sorry. It depends on how you grow up with animals. Like I grew up with my granddad had a farm, and animals were animals.
Sure.
And to me, they still are. Like whenever my girlfriend freaks out over dogs, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, look at this dog, and it's so cute," and I'm just like, "It's a dog."
Yeah.
That's how I am. I have a Labrador, and I got him when he was 8 weeks old. And I knew from the second, like, this was the dog I wanted. It's awesome. I love the, friendship that, in quote, friendship that we have. But at the end of the day, it's still a dog. It's an animal. True. And I guess the real, like, there was a statistic, or there was a study that I saw where they would ask college students today, if your dog was drowning in a lake and 10 feet from it, a stranger was drowning in the lake, and
who would you save?
One, who would you save?
Fuck the stranger.
Immediately, I was like, the stranger.
Right.
Obviously.
But everyone else
was like, oh, well, it's my dog. What if that stranger is like a mean person? Like,
sure. Well, human life is a human life.
It is a dog, guys. Yeah. And that's how I was raised. It's a dog. Sure. Dogs don't take pity on themselves.
That's true.
Dogs aren't sitting around like one of my dogs had like broke its leg or whatever. It's like a little toy Yorkie.
Yeah.
And my dad and I were like, or my dad was saying, let's just have a 3-legged dog.
Oh.
Like, because the medical bill is to put like a little titanium rod in this dog to make it a leg would be a lot of money. And a dog doesn't care if it has 1 leg, 2 legs, 3 legs, 4 legs. It doesn't care.
That's true. It's just, dog, can it walk and can it function?
It just is.
Yeah.
Animals don't take pity on themselves.
Well, we just answered the question then, Blake. You would leave that Labrador to suffer and die, and
wouldn't.
Alex and we would save the Labrador because we're good people. High five.
No, that's not what I said.
Blake, you are a horrible person.
You're putting
Next topic. I want to travel the world. What is one way I can do it for a living without having to be in the military?
You could become a flight attendant.
Mm-hmm.
Stewardess / flight pilot. That would be cool.
That's one way to do it, but
you could be a gigolo.
You could be a gigolo. That's Blake's answer. Goes straight to being a gigolo.
I'm putting all my eggs in that basket. Actually,
I would say do like a traveling salesman or something like that.
There was something, I can't remember what it is exactly, but it's basically you. It's kind of like work visa, but you get to like jump around countries.
Oh, okay. But it'd be just like for business purposes, though.
Yeah, like
okay.
It's purely for working.
Or be a kick-ass salesman, because I know a guy who is a badass software salesman, and he'll take clients, and the company will pay for these trips. He'll take clients on hunting trips, like he's been hunting in Australia, South Africa, Kenya, Zimbabwe, Argentina, Chile, Brazil. He's been all over the world hunting, taking out these clients and showing them a good time. That is a great way because the money is pretty good too.
Yeah, that sounds good. I mean, so
what would you do?
I said traveling salesman, and Blake just like upshot me with this. Be the best salesman ever.
Okay. Oh dear.
Let's see. We're gonna do.
You're just going through a lot. Are none of them catching your eye?
Nah, yeah, they're all just like a chunk of them is like. I'm 20 to 24. I'm depressed. Is it okay to ask for help? And it's like, well,
yes.
duh, obviously.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Okay.
Get a bottle of Jim Beam. That's your help.
All right.
Next question.
No, that is not a good way to get help. Don't do that.
Okay. This will be short. In addition to what we were talking about earlier, kind of relates. Is there a benefit in letting my daughter visit her mom in jail? The charges is for forgery. And it's a 7-month sentence. Main problem is she will see her mom in jail clothes and see guards and other inmates, and it could be intimidating to have a daughter who is 15, and she seems to be handling it just fine. I told her right away about it, and she reacted pretty calmly. I told her mom that did the this is not worded correctly. I told her mom did the wrong thing and is rightfully serving her punishment. Actually, my daughter does not seem too scared, but seems excited to enthusiastic to visit. This is strange to me. Do you find this normal? They have a good relationship. Yeah, so pretty much she's worried about the mom or the kid seeing the mom as this criminal.
Well, I mean, obviously she doesn't see her as a criminal if she's really excited to go see her mom.
That's true.
And she didn't, I mean, forgery, it's not like counterfeit money. Is that what the...
No, I think like forgery is probably like documentation, signed documentation. You're kind of like identity theft, but sort of you forged paperwork, I'm assuming.
Yeah, that's not like something to be afraid of. It's not like she was a violent criminal or anything like that.
But you don't think there'd be any kind of long-term stigmas to like, oh yeah, my mom was in jail and she had to go through this and blah, blah, blah.
She'd just be like, hey, my mom fucked up at one point and went to jail for it.
Okay.
Yeah, I would take it as a learning opportunity.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And
yeah.
a daughter, and probably the biggest thing is a daughter needs her mom, especially at 15.
For sure.
That's a fragile age.
That's true.
And so a daughter needs her mom just like a 15-year-old son needs his dad. And so I would take my daughter to go visit.
But
I would be upset. I would feel some resentment towards my wife by putting our daughter and being so selfish to put our daughter in that situation.
Sure.
But yeah, I would, for my daughter, she would need her mom.
And I really like what you said earlier in terms of a learning opportunity. I think definitely don't hammer it in throughout the whole 7 months, but definitely maybe the first couple of visits really emphasize that
you understand why your mom is in here, right?
Right. 100% make sure everyone's on board.
This isn't fun. This isn't, you're getting to see your mom, but understand that this is no joke.
Exactly. Yeah,
and
I really like that.
I know he also said something about her not wanting the daughter to see the other inmates.
Yeah.
If you're in prison for a non-violent offense, you're not going to be in the same area as those people.
That's true.
They don't put people that like got convicted of a DUI or drug sentencing with murderers. They don't do that.
Sure.
Sometimes
in most prisons.
Yeah. Depends on where you go.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to do, you guys pick this next topic. Okay. And I'm not going to read the description. I'll just read the headline.
Okay.
Topic number 1. Oh, where'd it go?
4, 5, 6.
Where'd it go? Hold on.
9, 10.
Okay. No, here it is. Okay.
20.
Is my dad a pedophile? Or,
Oh boy.
where is it? I'm thinking of becoming a truck driver. Can anyone share their experience in Oh, never mind. I didn't read that all the way. Whoops. Okay. Is my dad a pedophile? Or, I don't feel like going to college. Which one do we want to tackle first? Or
First?
either or. Which one? I don't
I have
know.
a lot to say about either one of those. So
Wow. Okay, Alex. So
I
it looks
would
like Blake
prefer
is.
the college one.
We don't want to talk about dad being a pedophile. Okay, I just wrote. We won't talk about it. I just want to read the description. I'm just super curious about what he said.
Yeah.
you're gonna get me worked up.
Oh god.
Is my dad a pedophile? I used his phone to watch YouTube one night, and I noticed that his suggested videos had kids in the bath, etc., and his history had Russian language titles of kids less than 10 years old performing plays at schools with short skirts on. Also, one of the girls were about 8 years old in swimsuits in the showers. I froze with shock. I said it to him in an argument, and he said, I'm not a pedophile. Pedophiles rape kids. I'm just a bit perverted. Oh, wow.
No, you're a pedophile. That's legally.
Wow.
You are legally a pedophile. That's child pornography. You should be in jail.
We're talking about college now, Blake.
God.
Let's not.
Wow,
do
that's
that
really...
one.
Wow, that
Oh,
was...
shit.
Jeez Louise.
Burn in hell. Burn in hell, you sick,
Okay,
sadistic
hold on.
mother effer.
Hold on. All right, this is bonus content. We're talking about being a pedophile now.
No, we're
I'm
not.
cutting this.
Let's
we're
not.
talking about this.
Let's not.
Can we just...
You can
We can.
obviously see
We can.
that Blake is worked up over
No, let's
this.
talk about this.
All right. So we'll just real quick. This will just be like maybe 5 minutes of bonus content. Okay. Is it being a pedophile if you have the ideas in your head?
No, it's about actions. But if you have that content on your phone,
Okay. Because
that
you
is
have
a legal crime and you should be punished for it.
Okay, because
Yeah.
you had
Possession of child pornography.
We
that
think
is-
of
Well, it's
we
not
think of
technically-
messed up stuff all the time.
because this is stuff that you can on YouTube. This is stuff that he's pulling up on YouTube. So technically, it still follows under the guidelines. But if he's getting his rocks off to the kids, you
That's a
consider that
slippery
pornography.
slope, dude.
Yes, you could prove that in court as child pornography.
Really? Okay.
Yes.
If
Wow.
he does like anything like action wise after that, you can then connect that to.
Sure.
and
So
use
as long
that
as
child
he's still on
pornography
his phone, just doing whatever, not doing anything, then he's just a perverted
He's
pedophile.
still fucked up.
Sure.
No, that's child pornography.
Okay.
That is legally child pornography.
Sure.
So
well,
yes,
okay. What
he's
if
a pedophile?
What if, okay, so he didn't have the phone on YouTube, but he would visit the neighborhood pool in the neighborhood park and watch kids?
That should be
That
immediately
is
reported to the police.
Really?
for sure.
Okay.
And there should be a neighborhood sanction on him within a certain amount of feet. He is not allowed by that pool.
Wow, just for looking
I
at
have
kids?
zero tolerance for that crap.
Is this like
That
a personal
is-
experience? Or
No,
you just,
it's
you,
not.
like, it's disgusting?
I'm not going to get into that,
Sure.
but no, it's not.
So there is a personal experience.
It's not me personally.
Oh,
that
okay,
I've
but
been
you know
affected
of
by
someone.
that. I have zero tolerance for that.
Okay. All right.
Zero.
No, I agree with you. I'm just curious to where you draw the line.
I draw the line when
When
you.
you're looking that shit
I have a
up.
very short fuse when it comes to that.
Okay. What if he was thinking of kids and that's it? He was just thinking of kids.
We've all thought of messed up stuff. I've never thought about doing stuff to a kid, but
Yeah, for real.
you've had dreams where you accidentally killed somebody or whatever. Like people have those thoughts. It's
Sure.
about the actions, and when you look up stuff, that is an action to me, and you are
Okay.
a sick person.
So as long as it's in your head, but you literally anything in that direction would be a action,
Yes.
non-defensible
Bam,
action.
you're
Done and done,
you have
case closed.
Zero sympathy from me at all.
Okay. Alex, same thing. You don't care. It's just pedophiles are fucked up.
I mean, yeah, pedophiles, like, fuck them.
Okay.
That's crazy. And the fact that they're just like, is he a pedophile?
Is my dad a pedophile?
When you
But
have
that's
that
even-
motherfucker.
But here's the follow-up. Do you do something about it? Because he's your
Yes.
dad, but he's your dad. He didn't talk about a mom, so
How
I don't know
old
if
is
the mom
person?
is. He didn't say.
If assuming he does have a mom or she has a mom, I'm telling my mom immediately.
Okay, what if the mom isn't there? Either they divorced or something, or maybe the mom died, and so the dad is a source of income, helps pay off for college, helps pay for school, helps pay you for things. So because you're still young, really, you would just like that?
Yeah, me personally, yes. I have, like I said,
wow.
I don't zero tolerance. There is a reason why when you go to prison and you're a pedophile, even murderers don't like you.
Sure.
There's a reason why you're marked in prison as a pedophile and you have such a low life expectancy, because even murderers acknowledge, I killed a guy just robbing a 7-Eleven, but you touched a kid?
Yeah.
That's
fucked up.
Okay. I don't,
All right. And we're back. Blake just went on a rant. Bonus content, guys. If you want to pay a monthly subscription to my Patreon, you would get.
Do you actually have a Patreon?
I do have a Patreon set up. And
that's what's up.
It's we'll go through that real quick. $1 content gives dank memes and just helps support the show. $5 you get a shout out at the end of the show. $10 you get exclusive content. So everything I've been uploading. So I've got about 4 weeks of exclusive content. I upload every Saturday. John's turkey story is on there. What else? There's I think when we talked about 9/11 and our thoughts and opinions and stuff like that was on there. A few other things. So exclusive content there. And then $50 you get to phone in and be part of the end of the show, and you get to voice your opinion and talk about it, and we might play games or something like that over the phone with you. So yeah, that was a little shout out. Anyways, back to the advice. I don't feel like going to college. Here's the description. I started college a few days ago. Wow. Okay. All right. Never mind. I thought this was going to go a different.
A few days ago.
I started college a few days ago, and honestly, it doesn't seem nice. Sure, there are girls there and plenty of new opportunities for friendships and a better future, but I'm thinking about postponing it for another year. Now the college I go to isn't really the best, and it's far away from my town, for which I have to take a bus every day to get there, and travel lasts an hour, and it's pretty much irritating for me. And to be honest, as I'm not the traveling type, the reason for this is that I can't afford to move out on my own, nor can my family support me since we're broke and it sucks. Wow, that's okay. I'm sorry that it sucks. My friend and family keep pushing me to do college, studying, and move forward, but honestly, I don't feel ready for it. To top it off, I was forced to pick a major I'm not interested in because another major that I wanted to choose hadn't been approved yet when I registered. I'm probably going to drop off and find a job and support myself and increase my income. Would this be... Wow, he's decided for himself already. Should we even tell him anything about it? I say go to college. Like, seriously, dude. Like,
go to college for at least a year.
Yeah, it can't be a few days.
Semester, like, give it a chance.
That's true.
And then, like, get a job over the summer, and then keep that job. And then if you can actually handle going to college and working, do that. So then, like, if you decide not to go to college, you still have that job to fall back on, so you're not fucking dead-ass broke.
Sure. I think one thing I'm curious, I don't know why he didn't bring it up, I don't know, loans and government grants and stuff like that. Because if he really is broke as shit and his family doesn't make any money, then, like, if they're in the lower tier, they should be getting grants and just free money from the government through fast food and
shit.
Stuff. Yeah,
just saying.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, it's absolute garbage.
Oh, okay. Well,
I know people that have applied for it and they have nothing. And they got nothing.
Wow, okay. Well, there are I know that there are avenues that you could take, at least trying to. So maybe that'll help. Maybe you can move on to campus and even take a loan. I mean, I took a loan. I've got the debt, but the goal is, now that I have a job, keep getting raises, keep improving with the degree and stuff like that, and then be able to pay off the loan within a few years.
Yeah.
So that's the goal there. So I think maybe if that could be a direction where he moves on to campus next semester and then just takes a bigger loan. So
sure.
What about you, Blake?
Both of my parents got scholarships to go to the University of Texas.
Nice.
Didn't finish.
Oh.
And they're doing pretty well for themselves.
Okay. So you advocating that he drops out?
No, I'm simply advocating that if you do drop out, be prepared to work your ass off.
That's true.
And that's how regardless, you need to be successful.
Right.
And you can either go to college and work really hard, or you can not go to college and work really hard.
But wouldn't you even have to work harder then?
Not
Like
necessarily.
well, I mean, but I've heard your dad's story, like from starting from practically nothing and just raising himself up. But I think, and we can't say this with a guarantee, but I'm sure if he had some type of official degree / more education within even the business field, I'm sure that probably would have helped him. And maybe would have alleviated some stress.
Or he would have missed out on all the experience that he got from starting as a busser at Jason's Deli,
right,
being one of the most successful GMs in the company,
sure,
then going into corporate, then going. I am a huge advocate for trade schools.
Yes,
and
I agree.
So every year trade school numbers are going down, and because you don't have a large supply of people that are learning trades, the price for those services are skyrocketing.
That's true.
So you could be a plumber and you're making 6 figures. That's not a joke anymore.
Right.
That's reality. And so that's kind of where I'm at right now. My boss never went to college. My other boss didn't go to college. His son didn't go to college. None of the people I work with went to college, but they learned this trade and now they're all extremely successful.
Sure.
So if that's an avenue you want to take, the not go to college route, do that. But be prepared to work your ass off, just like with anything. You'd have to work your ass off for school. You'd have to work your ass off for anything if you want to be successful. If you want to fly by and live in mediocrity for the rest of your life, you can do that. But don't expect to not work hard.
Right.
That's my thing.
From what it sounds like, he's just like a young kid. Because I definitely think for a lot of us, if not the majority of kids going from high school to college, everyone was just like, do college, just go do it. And either they had that surface level explanation or a deeper, a more fulfilling understanding of I need to if I want to get to point B, I need to go to point A first, which is college. But I think a lot of us was just like, I'm not a complete total dropout. I did all right in school. My parents have a little bit of money. Let's go to college. We'll give it a shot.
Well, I worked through college and I paid for all of my stuff.
Right. No, I'm full-time. Same here.
Yeah. So,
but when we started, it was kind of just like, I want to get to this point and college will be helpful. We didn't necessarily or at least I didn't necessarily evaluate my other options of, okay, college is an answer, but what are other answers? Did you have that?
I did.
Oh, you did? Okay.
Yeah. Cause before 5 months ago, I was dead set on, once I get my associate's degree, I'm either going to go into the military and do however long I want to do it in there for, and then go out and become a state police detective. Or my option was I can stay at the deli, work hard, work on punctuality, and become a manager if I wanted to. Or I could, the McKinney Police Department was recruiting at my college, and I got a flyer from them. Or I could join the McKinney Police Department, start my career there. And then I was blessed with this opportunity where, hey, do you want to learn a trade? And I couldn't pass it up. And so if you want opportunities, you got to go looking for them.
Sure.
Yeah, they're not just going to open up for you.
Before all of that, because life is a waterfall, and you think you're going one way, and then you're going a different way, and then blah 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 blah. But before that, before you even entered your first classroom of higher education, did you have a conversation with yourself? Say, okay, what will I do if I don't go to college? Or was it just kind of like college is the entry point, and then from there?
Yeah, no, I thought about what am I going to do if I don't go to college.
Okay, Alex, did you have the conversation with yourself?
Yeah, and I was actually kind of in the same position as this guy. I didn't want to go to college because, honestly, I hate school.
Sure.
I just don't like school. But I went to college, and I'm still attending, but I'm not full time.
Okay.
And that's a huge thing for some people, because if you overload yourself with classes, yes, you'll get done faster, but you're probably going to hate yourself for it.
That's true. I can vouch to that a little bit. I did a few semesters. I did 18-hour classes while working like 40 hours a week. So it's hard. It's definitely you will hate yourself, but
your goal in mind was this is a necessary.
Yeah, no, that definitely. Once I was.
It doesn't sound like he has a goal it doesn't sound like he's looking for the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow.
Right, he's just kind of floating around, and it's inconvenient. It's like someone's poking at his arm or his side and say, "Hey, I'm college. Hey, I'm college. Blake, are you annoyed? Hey, I'm college." So exactly. So I don't know if he's definitely looking for more than now. So So we all just kind of stick it out. At least can we all agree at least
do
stay a
it for
semester?
least a year.
Don't waste
at least a year.
waste your money.
Okay.
Yeah, like
Understand that every time you skip a class, that's $800 or that's this amount of money. Understand that and realize that you made a commitment. Finish it out and then branch out and do what you think you want to do.
Okay, I agree. I like that answer. I saw one and I accidentally closed out the app because I close out apps instead of just going to the dashboard. Anyways, I found one. Does she talk down to me in a bad way? I am 21 years old. I'm a guy who goes to appointments with a lady job advisor who's about 32 years old. I got a job with asking. Oh my God. Okay, sorry. These people really don't know. Okay.
You're on Reddit.
What do you expect?
I don't know. It's
like ordering a gourmet steak from Jimmy John's.
Yes, I would like the gourmet.
Okay, so I'm talking with a lady who's an advisor, about 32 years old. I got a job with asking for her for help for it, and when I told her via email, she said things like, "This is great news, very well done," etc. And she would well done at the end of an appointment when
I think I know why she talks down to you.
When I would get up, she would go and say, "Aw, okay, bye," and then say, "And well done," and smiled. Is this because I'm ugly or something? Edit. Last time she said, we normally change your advisor at this stage, but I'll just keep you with me. I think this was because I'm the guy no other advisors wants to have."
A lot of stuff here.
I feel bad, but damn.
I don't know the question. Please, somebody tell me what the question is.
Is she talking? Is she pandering? Is she talking down?
What is it? Am I ugly? What does that mean? I don't like this question.
No.
I'm skipping this question.
We can't skip it. We read it.
Okay, I'm gonna say, yeah, you're ugly.
That's it. Boom. Solved.
Yeah.
I don't know. It sounds like she just wants to help you, and she's just being nice.
That's her job, to be supportive. If you think you're ugly, you're ugly.
That was a whole train wreck. Okay.
We know why she talks down.
Now we know why.
Man, that went off the rails.
If that's how you talk in your emails, like, Jesus
or
Christ.
in person,
that's why she says, "Aw."
Yeah, she's like,
"Oh, dumb as shit."
Okay.
Holy shit.
Next
question. Done. Oh my gosh. Okay.
This is hard.
All right. Here we go. This is a little more direct. Reading the signals wrong or just a weird situation?
Ooh.
So a coworker and I hung out recently. We went to get food and watch a movie. I honestly thought we were both having a good time.
Red flag.
She kept laughing at my jokes, and we were having some real nice conversation. While we were watching the movie, she was cuddled up on my arm, wearing my jacket, and her head was on my shoulder. So I assumed she liked me. Or so I thought. When we drove back to where... Oh, sorry. When we drove... You see, that's my bad reading. When we drove back to where my car was, she shook my hand and said bye. I wanted to go in for a kiss, but she kind of just laughed and said bye. This isn't the first time we've hung out, and I'm not one to rush into anything. I'm just confused and IDK if I did something wrong. LOL. Opinions would be greatly appreciated.
Homeboy, she's using you for money.
Ooh, that's true. I didn't even think about that. But yeah, she might be just for free food. Because if he's paying and if he paid for his ticket.
What a gold digging whore.
Don't
resting
date
on his shoulder.
coworkers.
Yeah,
also.
that's true.
Don't
dip
date coworkers.
your
Well,
pen
I mean,
in the
I
company ink.
kinda
I told
did.
you that.
Yeah, but that's different.
That is, I guess that is kind of different. But I don't know. I just maybe she's just bad at her emotions. Can we just say that?
If she's cuddling up on him.
She knows what she's doing.
Yeah, she's like buttering him up in the movie, and then
just a handshake goodbye.
A handshake.
Yeah, fuck, dude. Like maybe I'll give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she just doesn't like kissing or something like that. Because I know some people are
true.
weird like that.
You're right. That's true.
Okay.
But if you're gonna like be cuddling up on him and like wearing his fucking sweater and shit.
That's usually the move, right? Like,
yeah,
that's usually the telltale
sign. Hey, what's up?
When she gets a hold of your sweatshirt, you're in.
Yeah, you're whipped at that point because she's stolen your clothes.
You're not whipped.
She's stealing your clothes.
No. Oh, I need to text my girlfriend. Give me all of my freaking sweatshirts back. I know what you've been doing the past 2.5 years.
Anything else that could be it, or we're pretty definite?
Dude, you need to first of all get out of there. Don't delete that number. Don't ever do anything like
just
that.
Just be surface level friends.
If that.
Yeah, if he really liked her, be like, just let her know, hey, I really like you.
Mm-hmm.
Don't play with me here.
Yeah, don't fuck with me. What's going on?
Yeah, I think that's totally viable, because there was a person I was working with, and I felt that we were driving together and we had kind of a connection, and so I was straight up with her. I was like, hey, look, I think you're a really interesting person. I think we have a good conversation. Would you like to go out? And before she responded, I was like, look, I understand. We work together, blah, 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 whatever. If you say no, that's totally fine. And so she said no, and I was just like, that's fine. And we're still friends, and we still chat and stuff like that. So, I think that's definitely. So what? So he should at least ask her out? Because if it's a weird thing, and he's like, ooh, does she like me? Ooh, does she not like me?
Yeah, this isn't elementary school. It doesn't have to be that.
Life
difficult.
is elementary school.
No, you don't have.
Life is always elementary school.
No, you don't have to go to your buddy and like, hey, can you ask Sarah? Can you ask
Be
Sarah's
a man.
best friend?
Grow some balls.
Write a note.
Grow a pair and just, hey, what were you doing back there, first of all, and what do you plan on doing in the future? If you wanted the free meal, you could have just asked.
Yeah,
that's true.
I would have said no, but you could have asked.
Let's see. Oh, okay, here we go. Back into the series.
Oh fuck, here we go.
My cousin's sister is a drug addict. My cousin, lifelong best friend, just texted me looking for advice, and I honestly have no idea on how to respond. Hoping you guys have some answers. So here's the full text. And this is in the. So the cousin is saying this. So now we're in the place of the cousin. So for 10 years, my sister has been living with us. She's a drug addict and literally could not have predicted what she's going to do every day. Like, she literally has nights and days where she slaps herself the entire night, and then there's nights where she does nothing at all. I can't take it anymore, and I want to die.
Huh.
That's a little overdramatic. Holy shit.
I'm sorry. It's like, I feel bad because these could be potentially really serious situations, and when you say...
It's nice when it's not happening to you.
That's true. I can't take it anymore. LOL. I want to die. We tried to tell her to leave, but she never does. She keeps saying she's going to leave, but she never does. I'm sorry.
Okay.
I'm so bad at this. I'm sorry. My parents are hesitant on kicking her out, her out on the streets and find out she's on drugs. Like, keep this between me and you. Well, wow.
Yeah.
Like, keep this between me and you. Goes on Reddit. But I need advice because that's honestly the whole reason why I never invite anyone to my house, because IDK what mood she would be in. Blah. Okay. The cousin is 20s, goes to college, and lives with her parents and sister. Her sister is in her late 20s, early 30s. Okay, so what do we do about a drug-ridden sister? Do we just stick her in rehab? I say stick her in rehab.
That is expensive.
Intervention?
Yes, but there needs to be a bottom, and I kind of
to a limit of what?
Well, I kind of have a personal connection to this.
Do we want to replace names, or do you want to not talk about it?
Well, no, it's pretty close to that.
Sure.
Except he wasn't living with me. But
wait, do I know this? I think you might have told me.
Probably.
Okay. Because I have an idea. Well, go ahead.
But there needs to be a bottom, and that can either be being arrested, or that can be waking up in a gutter, whatever. It's very hard to force somebody into something that they won't willingly do. Mm-hmm. She needs to realize that whoever her cousin is right now is not her true self.
Okay. Yeah.
And that's really important to realize is that's not who your cousin is. That's not your cousin anymore.
Right.
She can go back to being the way she was, but that's not who she is right now.
Right.
And so until she finds her true self, that's when she can go into trying to get help, but she has to want it. You can't force somebody to want to get help. You see that all the time with celebrities. When celebrities go to rehab to escape jail,
mm-hmm.
they're not going to
change
to get better.
Yeah.
They're going to escape jail.
Well, so I've always had the mentality of you kind of have to let them hit rock bottom.
Right. I agree.
I mean, obviously be there to support them and whatever, to nurse them back to a livable state of life. But definitely, I think you have to have that rock bottom. Because if you don't have that rock bottom, you'll never get that realization, and you'll never know what truly it is to hurt your family and, you know, hurt your own body and everything like that.
Right.
So, Alex, anything else on that?
Not really. I mean, like, if she's like slapping herself, she's like physically harming herself, that's a problem too. So, like, that needs to be addressed. And like, depending on how big of a drug addict she is, she could be like stealing from her family to supplement her
that
addiction.
is true. That might be happening.
Mm-hmm.
So
it most likely is. That's how it was. And
sorry, there's an edit on this post, and it says she's addicted to weed. I'm just kidding.
I was gonna say.
I was about to say
fucking.
My cousin's sister is addicted to weed.
If she's slapping herself, she needs to take a look and realize
that's true.
Like what kind of weed?
She needs to decide on whether to never buy that weed again or keep buying it.
That's some good shit or some really
I'm sorry.
bad shit.
Weed laced with LSD and heroin. Okay, there it is.
Oh,
there's the kicker.
You didn't say it was laced with the most addictive drug on the market. Okay.
That's true. All right, I like this one. I'm not going to read a lot of it, but
God, that's long.
It is long. I found out my dad has a mistress. My dad has been based overseas for work since I was a kid. I'm in my mid-20s now, when my mom and my siblings stayed in our home country. More than 2 years ago, I moved to the country where my dad is based, also for work. Blah, 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 blah. Leading up to today, I've seen lots of pictures, messages, gifts of his mistress. I have not confronted my dad since that day. And every single day that passes by, my heart breaks a little bit, and sometimes I cannot look at my father in the eyes. Blah, 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 blah. Today is his birthday. We have just finished celebrating. Then I suddenly thought, as childish as it sounds, of slipping a letter containing my thoughts to my father's bedroom door. I cannot tell him personally, so I'm scared, but I badly need to get this out of my system. And yes, I have not told this to anyone. Well, now except for here. Yeah, so should he confront the dad? There's a lot of proof to his infidelity, but again, he hasn't talked to his dad ever. He hasn't mentioned it. What do you guys think?
He said that he had gifts?
Yeah, gifts, pictures.
How the fuck do you get gifts of someone without you personally making them?
What do you mean?
There's an app for that.
Wait, what do you mean?
Like he said that he found the gifts, right?
He said, here, let's see what did he say? Yeah. Leading up to today, I have seen lots of pictures, messages, gifts, etc. of his mistress.
What?
So, I don't know, I guess the gift is from...
Where is he seeing them?
Because he moved to the area with his dad, so I'm sure he's visited his dad and at the house, and there's like a thing that has maybe a picture of the mistress, and it's like a whatever.
Or it's on social media, and the mistress is posting it.
That's true. Yeah, that's true. It could be that.
I don't know. I don't see gifts.
Well, I think you're going aside from the point. Well, I don't know. So
that's just weird to me because I don't see gifts of people that I know or anything.
That's true. Well, maybe he noticed
gifts of memes.
No, gifts, like not the image gifts. Like, hey, here you go. Here's a present.
As an
a present, not gifts.
I thought it was the T.
Gifts.
What
I'm saying, gifts.
You're saying you're missing the T.
Gifts. I'm saying gifts.
Gifts.
Gifts. Okay, we're done with this. Presents. Sorry, anyway, I should have clarified.
That makes more sense.
Okay, because I was like, I don't understand where your disconnect here, Alex.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck are you talking about? I thought it was GIF.
No,
like the format, the file.
Sure. No, presence of it from his mistress. Okay. So he has all this proof, or quote unquote proof, what he believes is a proof. So should he confront his dad? Should he?
Yeah, there's a way you go about confronting your dad. About
slip
that,
in the old letter.
I wouldn't do that.
That's really weird.
I would
under the door at night. Here you go, Papa.
No.
Hey, listen, did you read my letter last night? I slipped to you while you were on your bed.
When you lay with your mistress.
With your mistress. Here is the letter. Read it to me, or read it to her, and then give back with your opinion on it, please, dearest father. Thank you, Papa.
P.S.
P.S.
Keep it down in there.
P.S. You're very fucking loud, Dad.
All right, no, but yeah, how would you confront him, Blake? If your dad had a mistress, how would you confront him?
I wouldn't give him a chance to deny. So you walk in, So you walk in and you say, "Hey, I know what you've been doing." And because if you ask, "Hey, are you having a mistress?" that gives him an opportunity to say, No, dude.
Yeah.
She's just a friend. Don't
Sure.
worry about it.
Okay.
And then that messes up your mind, and you start second guessing
right.
when there's actual damage being done.
Mm-hmm.
I would go in with, hey, I know what you're doing, and I'm letting you know right now. I'm going to tell mom, and I'm giving you 5 days. And if you don't, I am telling her.
Wow.
And
So what if he's? So would you tell her if he stopped seeing the mistress, or you have 5 days to get your shit together?
No, that's no.
So you're telling
The
the mom
truth
either
will
way.
come out.
Yeah, I don't have. Yeah, you've got to. That's unfair to your mother, your own mom, and
his wife technically.
You don't let your mom go through that.
Okay, so you would after 5 days, no matter what.
You have to have that. That's a lack of respect on your mom. If you're letting her you're turning a blind eye to something that is the worst thing that you could do to your mom.
And so what if he's like, you're right, I've sinned, blah blah blah, and he dumped the girl.
Well,
he dumped
you
the
got
mistress.
5 days, dude.
Yeah, I
You
mean,
got
like,
5 days.
I would still tell, because like that's cheaters.
That's sorry.
Yeah, cheaters don't stop.
Especially if you're married. That's sorry.
Yeah. Okay. I mean, it's weird because they're overseas, and so it's kind of like if he's living kind of his own life, and because what is the reason? Why did he cheat? Is it because he's just a bastard, or he's like
There's no
lonely
reason.
and stuff like that?
Like if
You got FaceTime, you got all this other stuff. You can it's no.
Yeah,
Okay.
welcome to the modern age where we have
And
technology.
I say that I'm kind of putting myself on a high horse here.
Yeah, you've been doing that all podcast, Blake.
I know.
Fuck pedophiles.
Oh yeah, that's where I'm on the high horse. No, I've never been in that situation. I don't plan on being in that situation.
Mm-hmm.
And so this is all.
Wait, the pedophile or the cheating?
Both, I guess.
You've all.
I'm sorry.
But yeah, if all of your freaking viewers are gonna think that I was molested as a kid because of you.
Blake was not molested.
It's like the Always Sunny in Philadelphia episode when the two freaks in Charlie's middle school class.
Oh yeah.
Frame so his family has an intervention for Charlie.
Charlie, were you molested? No.
Here's the doll. Show us where he
Where did he touch you?
All right. Well, so conclusion. Tell him.
Yeah, you got 5 days, motherfucker.
Wow. Okay. Do you give him 5 days, Alex?
I wouldn't even give him 5 days. I'd be like, you got 3.
Well, would you
Tops.
would you at least confront him before telling the mom, or would you tell the
that's
mom
what
then
I'm saying.
confront?
Like, you've got 5 days to either tell your wife, my mom, what you've been doing, and if you don't tell her in 5 days, then I've got all the proof I need. There's no backing out of it. Don't try to deny. You can explain yourself to me. I'm not going to hear. I'll hear it, but
Sure.
you're caught, dude.
Okay. All right. I think unless you guys are down to keep going, we're about an hour and 10 minutes or so.
I'm always down.
Alex, I don't know what your time frame is.
Can I take a pee break though?
Yeah, we can take a quick break. Again, golly, for the second time today. And
Small bladder.
You do have a small bladder. All right, we'll take a quick break and we'll be right back. And we're back, ladies and gentlemen. We had a break. People went pee. People lost cats. And we're back here giving advice. Hey, Vol, don't let your friend's cat go out. That's a great piece of advice. Thanks. It's a little too late for that. All right. What should I do about this friend? This is going to be a long story, but I'll explain it as short as I can. I have this friend who I've been friends with for 2 years. Great. She tells me how important I am to her and how much she needs me. But she says she doesn't trust me, and I have caught her talking behind my back several times.
Is this a chick?
She told me that there are several things wrong with me and that they annoy her. She's always dating a new guy, and every week, and then come crying to me when they randomly started hating her.
Oh my god.
Not breaking up with her, hating her. I know I'm her only one true friend anymore, but I can't take the situation anymore. What should I do? We've been talking stuff out, and I've tried to tell her my issues, but she's always saying she will get better, but never does. I just dumped the hoe.
I mean, if you're already in talks with her, and like she's still not progressing, then like that's probably an issue.
Or understand that you're a girl that's friends with another girl.
No, this is a guy.
Oh.
Yeah, the guy is friends with this girl.
Oh, I was about to say, but that's just... Well, then he needs to realize that he's friends with a girl, and that's what they do, They talk shit. Yes, sorry, that is a complete fact. They talk shit behind each other back. They throw shade, passive aggressive, and then right when they're in front of each other, it's, oh my gosh, Kelly, I can't believe it. Like, oh my gosh, I love, and they'll hype each other up on Instagram.
Wow, Blake.
Dude, it's a fact of life.
Wow,
this is how
Blake.
Friendships are with 95%
Blake.
of girls. It's just a
Do you want
fact.
to lower that percentage a little bit?
No. I'm sticking to that.
90%.
Yes. Sure.
Right,
I will give you that.
Thank
sure.
you.
There are
90%.
10% of
Thank you.
girl on girl relationships where they're not going to each other's friends going, I cannot believe Stacy did this, and this. And then when Stacy comes up, it's like, oh my gosh, that blouse looks blah, 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 blah.
Right.
Like it sounded like I just heard my girlfriend and her friends talking to each other. And that's why Alex saw me just roll my eyes like, dude.
Well, so then I would just drop the friend. Would I drop the friend?
There you go. Yep.
All right. Alex, drop the friend.
Yeah.
Done and done.
You don't need that. You don't get yourself a bro.
I'm trying to speed this up because there's this one topic that I want Alex to answer and I want his opinion.
Oh, good.
Hosting a LAN Overwatch tournament.
Oh, fuck.
Hey, all! I am
out.
trying to host a tournament for local university students. The game of choice is Overwatch. The only problem is we plan on doing about 8 games at once, and I was wondering, if I did this locally, besides computers, what might I need to make this happen? Like a server. Please help me. Please help me explain this like I am 5. Thank you in advance. Okay, you need cables that plug into your computer's Ethernet port, and then you need switches. You probably need some type of router that you can connect to. Am I missing anything here, Alex? You either wireless or wired, so you need cables or a doodad to install into your computer.
Motherfucker thinks he's gonna need like
a server.
8 games going.
It sounds.
How many people do you think are going to this venue?
8 games going at once. Yeah, I don't know.
8
Maybe
times 6.
Yeah, that's a lot of people.
There's no way.
Almost
You don't think so?
47 people.
That's 46 people. Good job, Blake.
48.
46.
48.
6 times 6
I
is
was
30.
making a joke. and
6
here you
6
come.
times 6 is 36.
Uh-huh.
Plus 16 is 52.
Evol.
6 times 6 is 36. 6 times here. No. 6 times 6. 6 times 6. What is that? 36 plus 16.
No.
Plus 16.
No.
52.
Why? No.
What the fuck are you? That's not how math works.
Sorry. Yeah, I know how it's not how it works. All right.
What's your major?
So 46 people are going to this Overwatch party.
You don't need a fucking server, dog.
That's true. You don't. You're letting his hopes down, though.
You could technically make one of your computers into a server, but you don't need to do that.
That's true. All right, we don't have to talk about that.
Provide
Let's not,
snacks.
because
That's
Oh, yeah,
all
snacks.
That's
Snacks
all
is good.
That's all I have to say.
Mountain Dew and
No.
Doritos.
we don't have to go that like stereotypical. Ooh, okay, here's one. Not romance related or anything like that. Helpful ways to deal with a ton of stress. I go to an accelerated high school, and it's very rigorous, and I always feel stressed about it. Any helpful tips?
Music.
Is that what
Yep.
we do to de-stress?
Lots of music.
Blake?
Music. If you're Irish, pick up drinking.
That's
Not in high school.
That's your always go-to, like...
You asked.
That's true.
No. Music is awesome. It's a great way to de-stress.
Uh-huh.
Sleep is the best form of stress. Maybe exercise a little bit. Get the endorphins high in your body.
Okay. So this is a fat piece of shit who doesn't want to exercise.
Well, then you're kind
Music, dog.
Kind of fucked.
There you go, music.
Music, and that's about it.
You don't think-
music. Sleep is huge.
That's true.
Whenever you have time to relax and you need to take full advantage of that, don't overstress yourself with things that could otherwise be thrown out. Like if your buddy asks you to do a podcast and you're already swamped with work or whatever, take that chance to.
Next question.
I'm here, aren't I?
This is true.
Yeah, we're both
You're
here.
bitching about it.
I'm not. That was a joke.
I would say sleep, but don't overuse sleep because then you're going to get late on your assignments and it's going to cause more stress. Find a hobby. Find something very small that you can do. Knitting might be a hobby that you could do to de-stress.
If she's an 80-year-old woman named Mildred, sure.
I'm just thinking like things. hobbies to do that you don't have to be fully invested, where you can just pick it up, literally pick it up, do it for 30 minutes and then be done with it. Because there are a lot of hobbies out there where it's like, I don't know, basket weaving. And then you're like, oh, I'm so invested in basket weaving. Oh, I got to finish this basket weaving. Or reading, where you're reading and you're fully invested and you're like, oh, I can't put this book down. I want to know what happens. And then you might take time out of your life to read this book, which is a great thing. Everyone should read. But, you want to be able to do something that you can just pick it up, and then 30 minutes later, done. So
I know some people that they like putting puzzles together.
I hate puzzles, but yeah, I agree.
I hate them too. But I mean,
no, yeah, puzzles are. I hate puzzles.
That's what they do. They just go and buy like a fucking 2,000 piece puzzle
and then just work on it for like however many times. Yeah, that's smart. Brushing your teeth. I don't know. Taking a shower and brushing your teeth. I found that way to like kind of
shower,
refresh,
shower,
recompress, and then you're good to go. So, all right. This has I swapped up. We're doing controversial posts of all times.
Oh, fuck.
So this was posted a little under a year ago. So currently this person is now 15, but in the title, I'm 14. Am I trashy? I'm 14 and I wear a full face of makeup every day. Full covered foundation, concealer, powder, contour, highlight, lipstick, eyeshadow, eyeliner, and mascara. I wear a fake tan. I go to parties. I drink alcohol sometimes.
You're 14?
I wear clothes when I'm going to parties that are revealing. I'm a blonde, but it's natural. I make out with boys, but I don't think I'm trashy. I'm a really nice person and I have a lot of friends, but a lot of girls hate me because of the way I carry on. They call me a Barbie and a slut and much worse. Most girls hate me, but like me when they're trying to get to know me. I'm tired of everyone judging me and calling me names. A group of girls tried to beat me up before. Guys think it's okay to do stuff to me without my consent. I pretend that I'm okay, but I'm not. Is it my fault that I get treated this way? Yes.
Ooh, holy shit.
Yes.
Like, first of all, don't go to parties if you're fucking 14.
Well, they're 15 now, so.
I don't give a shit. You still shouldn't be going to parties.
I agree.
That's true. That's true.
Listen up, sweetheart.
I sound like an old man. Fuck.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, self-awareness is so crucial, and she sounds so full of herself.
Mm-hmm.
It's not even, like, everything is about her. Girls are talking about her. Self-awareness also has to do with the fact that you got to realize that nobody gives a shit about you. And that's a tough thing to realize, but it's so important to realize how little you matter.
That's true. Having kind of your realm of reality and what's in front of you. And
so if you want to stop being perceived as that way, first off, you have to understand you shouldn't care what people say about you, and realize that no one cares what you do. And if they do, that says more about them than it does you. Number two, stop doing stuff with all those boys. 14-year-old boys and 15-year-old boys are gross.
God, you sound like my dad. Jesus Christ.
Sorry, reality hasn't shifted at all.
You can't tell me who I can kiss and who I can't kiss.
You're right. Good luck with Hep C. Next question.
Oh, fuck. But okay, so
excuse me, I have Hep B, okay?
Fine. Oh, fuck. I'll see you in the hospital in 18 years when you're by the nickel slot machines at WinStar with an oxygen tank in one hand and a cigarette in the other. Next question.
Shit. Okay, so
go ahead, Alex.
The part where she said that like the guys were doing shit that she wasn't.
Yeah, that is rapey.
To.
Report that then.
Yeah.
Report that.
Don't let that shit happen.
Don't put that on Reddit. Report it.
Well, this happened a year ago, so it's a little too late.
Okay.
No,
well,
to the too late.
To the 14-year-olds who are listening right now, report it.
Yes.
Yes.
I hope I don't have
always get
listening.
help for that. Never because I don't know if you guys have known, but there's some really big dude in Hollywood that's
Weinstein.
Weinstein.
Yeah. Let's talk about him for a second. Just a second, though.
Okay.
Yeah, he's finally getting ousted for borderline and actually raping.
Yeah, he was touchy. He was like touching people's boobs, and he was like, "Hey, you want a part in my movie?"
Yeah,
I don't know if he sounds like that.
He probably does. He's a piece of shit.
Yeah,
and the fact that Hollywood stars are backing him the same way they backed like Roman Polanski after all that stuff is pretty sick.
Hey, you want to watch me take a shower while I masturbate?
Honestly, no.
But you could be in my movie with Quentin Tarantino.
How long do I have to watch?
No, but seriously, don't allow that shit.
Harvey Weinstein is a fuck.
That's true. He's a huge fuck. All right. Moving on. Son, a 16-year-old male, ate 12 Big Macs. Now is addicted to them and gets angry if he can't have one. What do we do? Our son confessed to us last night that he ate 12 Big Macs. Our friend paid for them for him. Now he wants more.
Can you? No way is this real.
This is a shit post. This has to be a shit post.
Let's treat it as it is.
We told him no.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Okay. Well, okay. We told him no. It's not good. It's not good for him to eat that many. He ranted, yelled, screamed at us, and said he will eat them no matter what we say.
Okay.
He said to us he has to eat as many as he can. They're good, he said.
Okay.
Is this a typical teenage behavior, or is this a sign of food addiction? We told him no. How can we stop him? Especially as he's admitted friends giving him cash to buy him Big Macs.
Where do I begin? Yeah, let him eat the Big Macs.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
No! Tell him to stop eating the fucking Big Macs.
Yeah, you can tell him to stop, but what else can
Fat shame him! Be like, hey, Piggy Wiggy, you want some Big Macs?
This is 2017.
No, this was written a year ago, so this was back in
2016. You shouldn't be fat shaming.
You need to fat shame your kid.
I agree, 100%.
Like, okay, good.
But,
Alex, fat shame?
But there's only so much you can do once that kid turns 18.
You know what? Go ahead, Alex.
So he's like a teenage kid, right?
Yeah, he's 16 years old.
I was eating a fuck ton when I was like 16.
That's true. He could be a growing boy.
But
12 Big Macs is a little like
12 Big Macs is
a
a
Big
fuck
Mac
ton.
though, so I don't know how good they are.
All right, here's the solution.
It's just a fucking really shitty burger.
Here's the solution.
Oh, okay.
You know how they have chastity belts? Do for your face. A face.
Like the Hannibal Lecter mask?
You mean like a face gag?
A face gag, yeah.
Like one of those fucking ball gags?
Yeah. No.
No, that's what we're going with. All right.
No.
Now I'm on board. Now I'm on board.
Okay. So when your son is at school, he can eat school food. That's fine. But when he comes home, there's on the door, there's a little mantle. He has to grab it, gag himself, can't eat anything all day.
That's child abuse.
No, it's not. He's a piggy wiggy. He's eating 16 or 12 Big Macs.
You were going to be a terrible father.
Oh, I will be a great father because my son won't eat 12 Big Macs.
He wants to name his son Odysseus.
I do want to name my son Odysseus.
I know. And call him Odie for short.
An Odie for short. It'd be great. I'd love that. Anyways, so we're all on board. Just fat shame and tell the kid to stop eating.
Not fat shame the kid, but fucking just... Obviously, this is a shit post.
Dad, I cannot stop eating the Big
Like
Macs.
they're like, oh, I'm addicted to Big Macs. Oh,
I need Big Macs. Give me
I don't know. For a
Big
kid
Macs.
like that, I kind of want to fuel the addiction. See how far it goes.
I want Big Macs.
that'd be a great
size.
Yeah,
Big
super
Macs,
size
Big
me.
Macs, Big Mac. Have you guys seen like that movie more than once?
Yeah.
I've seen it a bunch of times.
And yet, I still go to Whataburger and.
Well, Whataburger's different. It's not Big.
Oh,
McDonald's.
is it? It's different.
It's different. It's not McDonald's.
I'm going to McDonald's after this.
I went to Wendy's before I came here.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but Wendy's is good though.
Wendy's
They got that 4 for $4.
His point in the documentary was, I'm singling out Big McDonald's because they're the biggest fast food chain in the world.
Sure.
But it's all of these.
Yeah, but Wendy's
chains.
cooks it with love. Whataburger cooks it with love.
Okay, next.
McDonald's doesn't. They cook it with fat.
I mean, Whataburger, they cook it with lots of grease and stuff.
And
grease.
Okay,
it's really good, but like, it's so bad for you. I always feel like shit after I eat Whataburger.
I
you're
feel
just eating
amazing after I eat Whataburger.
It's so worth
I feel
it,
invigorated. Except when I have like a bunch of beers and then I have Whataburger and then I throw up in Blake's toilet and then Blake has to clean it the next morning.
And then you walk in on me and my girlfriend having sex. And then real story, real
No,
quick.
okay, hold on. I didn't have my glasses on and I was like tired. I was half asleep and I threw up and I went to Blake and I was just like, I went in his room and because they were watching Family Guy or something. And I was just like, Blake, I threw up in your toilet. And then I didn't notice they were doing it, so. Anyways, moving on.
You are the biggest
25 dating 17.
In the morning.
Okay, first of all, I live in Poland. Here, girls are legal at 16, not 18. I met this girl and we talked a lot.
I don't mind.
We seemed
goes back to sleep. Goes back to sleep.
Okay, in my defense, I was being quiet and I wasn't making any noise, so I was just gonna go to sleep.
I don't mind. You're in my mom's office. Oh my god.
Anyways, back to that. Okay, first of all, I live in Poland.
Where were we? What were we drinking?
I don't know.
I forgot.
I don't know. 25 dating 17.
God.
First of all, I live in Poland. Here, girls are legal at 16, not 18.
No.
I met this girl and we talked about it.
No.
She seems like 19 or 20 at least. I found out she was born in 1998 with an emoji face that goes, that. We texted each other, talked on Facebook, and I invited her to move. Oh, I thought it said to move in, but it says, invite her to the movie on Saturday for a date. She agreed, and we are going. And we are going, all caps.
Is he in America?
No, we're in Poland. Everyone's in Poland.
Okay.
We did for laughs some mental age tests. I know it's bullshit, but she got 28 and I've got 21. She's really smart for her age, knows a lot of culture and stuff. That's always great. She's so, like, she knows culture and stuff. I'm also...
She likes gulag.
God.
Seriously, I've never had a proper girlfriend. Like, girlfriend who likes the same movies and shows, not to mention things like finishing each other's sandwiches. And she's just like that. Plus, she's a real gamer girl. What the fuck am I supposed to do? Edit. Thank you for... Oh, never mind. We're not going to read that part.
Wait 2 years. That's
yeah.
what.
So...
Damn, man. Well, how old is he?
27. 25.
Oh!
25. He's 25. 25 and she's 17.
No.
Do you guys know... Have you guys do the age plus 7? Age and a half plus 7? Have you heard of that?
That's different when she's underage based on United
In
States law.
Poland, it's 16 is legal.
I don't give a fuck. That's weird.
Wow, you guys are not appropriating culture very well. You guys are bigots.
Dog.
You guys are bigots.
Really?
No, that's not okay.
You guys are bigots.
Like,
then yeah, I am.
So you're the same type of people who live in like Saddam Hussein land, and they're like
the Middle East.
Saddam Hussein.
it has a name.
I don't know. I have to forget where Saddam is. He from Iraq? Fuck, I don't know. He was living in like Iraq and Iran because I couldn't Kuwait. I took baby Bahrain and cousin Qatar because we ran to the Emirates. Oh man, yeah, man. Super Saudi, Egypt with the Nile went around for big fat Turkey. Who's Turkey? Chill's Turkey. Jills. Jordan, Israel, Little Lebanon, and Syria. I just named all the countries in the Middle East.
Okay. So your question is, what if she's in the Middle East, and what's the age now?
No, I was just saying, like, there's cultures in the Middle East that you would not deem appropriate in American culture. Mm-hmm. So would you tell them that they're weird for that?
Would you...
That's different. They're not trying to fuck a 16-year-old.
Yeah, 17-year-old in this case.
Yes, they are over there.
Well, I mean...
First of all.
You guys are bigots!
Okay, let me ask you a question. Would you eat dog?
Personally, no, but I wouldn't shun anyone who did.
Really?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Even after you just called me a horrible person for not wanting to save a dog, you wouldn't shun someone for eating a dog?
Depends on what context.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah.
They're in the United States.
Well, if they're in the United States
but
eating dog,
a country where dog is acceptable.
Well, no, if they're living, that's different. If they're living in the United States, you have to abide by our societal culture and our laws.
So you go to China, would you eat a dog?
I wouldn't eat it, but I know there are people in China who eat dog. Okay. There is actually a dog eating festival that's held once a year.
At least you're consistent.
In Bangkok or something like that, and they eat dog. I can play you a song and a guy sings in directions.
Bangkok isn't in China, right?
Yeah, whatever. Forget the name.
It's in Thailand.
You're Thailand. I had some Thai food. Oh, did I guys tell real quick? Sorry, we're totally derailing from the 25. Real quick. There was a time yesterday. This was the time. Yesterday was the time. Went to get Thai food, and we ordered to pick up. So we got the food and we left, and then came back here, ate the food. I was done eating the food. I got a call. Person left a voicemail because I didn't recognize the number. It was the place that we just ordered the food from. So I was like, oh, did I forget something? Whatever, blah, blah, blah. Did my card not fully process? Which, I don't know, whatever. Call back, and they're like, hello, is this Parker? I was like, yeah, this is me. And then she was like, how'd your food taste? And I was like,
oh, no.
Okay.
Red flag.
Am I
dying?
Yeah, I was like, I just finished it. It was fine. Is there something wrong with it? And immediately I could tell she was just trying to back out, that I hadn't had any complaints, and she was just trying to backtrack. She's like, oh, well, I mean, there was a thing maybe, and we were just trying to check, and something in the kitchen, and blah, blah, and I didn't understand what she was saying, but she was obviously trying to end the phone call because I didn't have any complaints.
So you went back up there, right?
No, I didn't.
I would have been like, hey, am I dying? I would have shown up and be like, hey, the fuck was wrong with my food? Did you piss in it?
I would have been pissed.
I'm assuming it was either they used something expired, or maybe it wasn't I don't know, it wasn't fresh or something. I don't know what it was, but it was like it was fried rice with pineapple and chicken and stuff like that. So I don't know. It tasted fine. So, but yeah, that was like the weirdest phone call.
If we die, or if you die, Blake and I are going over there and we're gonna kick the shit out of the cooks.
Please do. Anyways, back on this. I think because they're living in Poland, it's legal. If this girl has the mentality of wanting to date a 25-year-old, it's up to her. Because it doesn't look like this 25-year-old is pushy. It's not like, I have to date her. She is a real gamer girl, and I cannot let that slip through my fingers.
And I mean, like, I know that this is actually something that is true in, like, psychology.
Mm-hmm.
Women do, like, mature mentally faster than men do.
Right.
That is true.
So she, in theory, she could actually have the maturity of I think he was like, what, 25, 27?
Mm-hmm.
She could have that maturity of a 25-year-old man.
Apparently, from this BS test they took, she has the maturity of a
28-year-old.
Yeah, and then he had 21-year-old or whatever.
Yeah, man.
So, I mean...
I understand what you're saying, that it's out of our realm of societal norms.
Sure.
But it's still weird.
Because what happens, Blake, if you grew up in Poland your whole life and it's just legal age of 16, and you grew up knowing that was always the legal age of 16. I mean, hell, even in Texas, the legal age is 16.
No, it's
yeah.
not.
Yeah, it is.
It is, actually.
I thought it was 17.
Consent is 16.
Oh, but like legal age of it not being rape or something is 17?
I don't know.
I know it's 17 or 16.
Well, I read 2 court cases when I was in college where the dad walked in on a 16-year-old girl, his 16-year-old daughter, having sex with her 18-year-old boyfriend.
And then he filed for statutory rape.
And the boyfriend is now still in prison.
Okay. Well, then I guess it's 17 in Texas. But still.
Check.
Please do, Alex. But you grow up your whole life living in Poland. Because think about it this way. All right? What is this color? I'm pointing to a cup. What is it?
Blue.
Okay. If you grew up your whole life and I told you that color was red, you'd believe it's red. And you'd think it's red. In your whole life, you'd be red. And
so everything that is that color is now red?
In this context, yes. And you grew up in Poland, and that's red. And all of your friends say it's red. All of your school teachers say it's red. Your family says it's red.
Okay.
You know, the Polish internet says it's red. Then that's what you believe.
That sounds a lot more like a language barrier.
No. It's a concept. Like
I guess
this material is not glass; it's plastic. Whatever. Okay. And so you go knowing it's plastic this whole time. It's a cup. And so it's a glass cup, but everyone in Poland says it's plastic. Same thing. This girl's 16 and 17, sorry. This girl's 17 and everyone says it's okay. It's legal when it's 16. And you grow up your whole life knowing it's 16. Everyone says it's 16. Everyone agrees that it's 16. Then wouldn't you think that okay?
I guess we should ask ourselves why in the United States is the legal age 18? That seems like an appropriate question to ask.
Probably because of voting and stuff like that.
But why 18? Why specifically 18? And don't say because voting, because the voting that why 18? Why that number? Why that age?
And just real quick,
yeah,
the age of consent in Texas is 17. So
okay.
Blake was right.
All right, Blake is right. I mean, fuck him. Whatever. Okay. I don't know. It's probably 18 because you're more sexually developed as a person, maybe, and probably
something having to do with probably schooling. Right,
maybe a little more education.
You have proven that you can make it this far in life.
Sure.
Now you are at an age that society agrees on that you are ready to take on the world. And at an
but who's it up to society to dictate when you're ready?
Society.
Yeah, but
we've all agreed.
So Blake,
on
if society said Blake, you can't have sex until you're 30, and society's agreed on that, but or are you just gonna say okay, society said it?
Oh no, because we break social norms and we break laws all the time.
Right. So I mean, if society says, oh, you have to wait till you're 18, but this 17-year-old says that she's ready, then I mean, who says if it's legal? Then who's to say?
Society and the laws that are on the books.
Right, but the books in Poland say it's okay.
But I'm saying there. But universally, there is a reason why, back in the Middle Ages, when a girl first had her period, she was ready to give birth. Why has that? Why have we as a society have shifted from that to 18? Why?
No, I agree with not being young and not being able to handle responsibility. I agree with you, but like I'm just trying to play devil's advocate and make you understand that the Polish are fucked up.
Oh.
Moral
so
of the
you
story.
agree with us?
I agree. I'm just pointing out that it is a different life. And Zach on a previous episode, said that it's just we live in a realm that we're not fully capable of comprehending and understanding.
I understand that some cultures are different. I get that, but that doesn't mean that one culture that we're the same.
Sure. That
each culture should be taken at face value as equal to every other culture.
No,
I do think that some cultures are better than other cultures.
Right.
That seems obvious. No, that's not racist at all, because culture transcends race.
That's culturist.
Sure it is. I am a very hard culturist.
Okay.
I would
at least you own up to it. That's cool.
Yeah.
Well then, Alex, what if this man was 40 and the lady was 30? Is that okay?
Yeah.
Blake? I think it's weird.
What?
I don't know. It's just you're 30 and you have so much to live for and you have all of your life, and I think when you have such a large gap, and as you get older, you definitely try and settle down. Hopefully you settle down by this point if you're 40, and you kind of have everything solidified in life, where I think if you're like 27 or 28 or something like that, you still kind of have that little bit of life left, and you're like, I think the mindsets are different, and I think you're different personalities. I think that's where the age can really be a difference. Okay. Sure, it may not be gross or creepy.
You think that there's less a difference between a 16-year-old girl and a 25-year-old man versus a 40-year-old man and a 30-year-old woman? There is a more difference between the 40-year-old and the 30-year-old versus the 25-year-old and the 16-year-old. That's what you're saying.
Sort of. Kind of.
Okay.
I don't know. I think, because I mean, if you take me versus like a middle school or something like that, I think sure I might have a little more intelligence, and sure I might be a little more worldly person, and I could say, oh, that's a thing and that's another thing. But I don't know. I feel like I'll have more similarities to a middle schooler than.
Currently, right now, you have more similarities with a 13-year-old
probably
versus someone who's 31. You have a job. You're living on your own.
But I'm talking about like my likes and stuff like that, and my tastes and stuff.
That I don't think that has less to do with life experience and you growing as a person versus what you find appealing now.
Oh, okay. No, I see your point. I want to backtrack.
And so when you were when you were 16, do you think you were responsible enough to handle yourself in a...
Yes.
Okay.
No, I wasn't at all. Not at all.
That's
You're
my
right.
point.
You're right. No, I agree. You've convinced me, Blake. I'm wrong. I take it back. I'm totally wrong. Dude, fuck Polish people. Moral of the story.
No, just like, because Poland is relatively close in like most laws and cultural norms to America, because they're a normal place, but the age thing was just kind of weird.
That is weird.
I remember watching I'm sorry to interrupt you.
No, go ahead.
I remember watching this documentary of this supermodel, and she goes to Russia or whatever to live life like a Russian girl. And I remember specifically from this documentary, she went to there's an actual thing in Russia where there is a conference on how to teach girls to be attractive to men. That was from the documentary or this TV show on Vox or whatever, where you actually have seminars where a girl stands up and this is how, if a man approaches you, this is how you get him to like you. This is how this is basically all censored. Yeah. This is basically all censored around having a man finding you attractive.
And that's just the norm.
And so I think that's part of the reason. Yeah, it's a norm in some cultures.
Right.
And I think that's part of the reason why the age of consent is lower, because I think it gives men or 16 or 17 or 18-year-old men to go into that said environment.
Yeah.
I don't think that's right at all, but that is the culture that
product of their environment.
Right. And I'll see if I can find that video or article. I'll have my sister send it to me because she showed it to me. But I was creeped out by it because that's not something...
I would too. Yeah, that seems very
guys
odd.
would go up to her and just start pinching her or whatever.
Ooh!
And kind of rubbing on her shirt or whatever. And I was just like, oh, what the hell?
That's cringe.
That shouldn't be right.
Yeah.
In any culture.
I agree.
And so that's where I draw the line on the
right.
whole 16-year-old, 25-year-old thing.
Well, I think we all had valid points. Me less, but last topic / advice to end it. I think this is a fun one. We're done with the weird sexual experiences and the whatever and the death and the everything. I heard a voice in my head. After a 12-hour sleep, I woke up and looked at the time. As soon as I did, I laid back down and heard my mother's voice call my name in my head. I didn't reply, but I acknowledged what I was hearing. She then said, "The devil is here." She said all of this in Spanish, but I'm translating it. I was so scared I asked my sister to sleep with me. I've been sleeping 7 to 8 hours each night, but that night I was really tired. Should I get holy water, or is there other explanation for this?
Keep smoking that weed, bro.
Yeah, probably delirium. Like,
what is delirium?
I don't
is
know.
Is it just like being tired?
It's supposed to be like either you're past exhaustion or like you just can't comprehend what's going on. Mm-hmm. I think that's... I can actually look up.
Did you guys hear
I'm not talking out my ass?
No, you're good. Talking out the ass is the whole point. I think... Now, I don't know. I do agree that it might be because he was tired, but I really do believe that people... I don't want to say it's like magic / the devil / whatever kind of poltergeist BS, but I do believe that there's some existential plane that paranormal activity lands on. I'm not like believe in the not belief. Like I definitely won't tell you that, but I think in my experiences and just listening to other people's experiences, you can definitely have some explanation that would be to that. So maybe they did have some type of
maybe. I have a best friend he swears that ghosts are real, to the point where he told me this story, and I have no choice but to believe him because I wasn't there. But he was staying at a friend's house, and he stayed in her room or whatever. And he legit felt like the bed shaking, and he couldn't like get up. He couldn't physically get up or whatever.
Well, that's something else, though.
Yeah, that's what my point is. People experience a lot of things, and I will acknowledge the possibility that.
But you don't believe it yourself? You don't think this man had voices in his head and a devil saying it's devil time or whatever?
Well,
it's devil time.
Dia de los Muertos.
Yeah. I don't think El Diablo was actually.
You don't think so?
No.
Oh, okay.
That's not.
So, go ahead, Alex.
So delirium is actually a serious disturbance in mental abilities that results in confused thinking and reduced awareness of surroundings.
That does sound like delirium.
Yeah, so I was pretty close. And if he had just woken up, if he could have technically been dreaming that he woke up.
Okay.
Because that does happen.
Yeah.
Where you have dreams that you woke up and then you actually didn't. So that could have technically been in a dream and then he just woke up after.
Sure.
Or his sister playing a prank on him. I don't know.
Yeah, that too.
That is true. But no, I think I mentioned this before on a previous podcast, but I mean, I've straight up have woken up a few times, and I swear on my life that there were spiders in my bed, and I felt them crawling on my skin, and I saw the little things move on my bed, and
freaked out.
And I freaked out, jumped out on my bed, and turned on all the lights, and was just like, yeah, my heart. I was sweating, my heart was beating really fast, and I could have sworn that I would have gotten bitten. So like I definitely do agree that that's a thing, and you know, it's a possibility. But
the mind is a scary thing.
But I will say I've never heard voices. I think for me it was a more visual thing, and I think that's more relatable to like delirium, where, you know, because that's partially. And just a quick side note, for everyone, if you do magic mushrooms, that's essentially how you get high and how you get the hallucinations and the visions. Is it essentially turns off half your brain, and so you're trying to look, and your eyes are trying to form these images, but you're working at half capacity, and so your brain shittily tries to make these objects connect the dots, and so that's where you're getting all the movement and the crazy stuff that you see. So I would believe if you've just woken up, or if you're still kind of in that sleep state, so to speak, I'd say that's more visual. But I don't think I've ever heard anything waking up. So I think that's more, that could potentially be more either ghostly things or voices in his head. Because, I mean, he could be crazy. Because there's...
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead, Blake.
I've heard stuff when I wake up. But
really?
Yeah, but it's I understand that it's my mind. Like it's just my mind recovering from being asleep for 8 hours or whatever. Sure. My mind is trying to catch up with my body that's already up and trying to start the day. And I remember my dad would walk in sometimes to wake me up for work or whatever.
Yeah.
And I would tell him like the most ridiculous things, like, no, coach said he didn't want buffalo wings, or just the most, just randomly.
Yeah.
And I'm sure that's probably why I heard stuff too. My mind is just trying to.
That's true.
The engine just started. You got to let the engine warm up a little bit.
All right. No, I agree with that. It's kind of a side note. Have you seen the video? And I forget if it's a BuzzFeed one or like an actual legitimate video where they played kind of the day in the life of someone who has potentially has schizophrenia. And so like hearing voices in your head and stuff like that. I forget if it was a BuzzFeed one or not, but it was actually kind of interesting. And if that's genuinely what you hear and what your mind goes through, that could be terrifying. So, I mean, it could be developing early sense of schizophrenia, or multiple personality disorder, where his other personality is his Spanish mom speaking devil tongue. I don't know. I think it's all interesting.
Weird personality to
That is
have.
very true.
Mom, shut up! I'm trying to watch TV.
No, you shut up.
Dile los muertos.
Did you ever see Split?
I have not.
No, I haven't either.
That's of
I
the psycho killer who has the multiple personalities.
Yeah, I heard he's amazing in that. Though.
Really?
Like I heard it was really good.
I heard it was a crap movie.
Oh, okay.
Well, you probably did from IMDb, and I was from Rotten Tomatoes. From IMDb. Oh, really? Okay.
I did from.
I don't
a couple
trust
of movie.
any of those fucking sites.
Well, I got it from YouTube. Like a couple of movie
people
reviewers, like
reviews.
Jeremy Jans and Chris Stuckman.
Jeremy Jans is the guy with his black hair, and he's
always like in your face.
Yeah. Let me know in the comment below. Like, yeah, he says that. Okay, yeah, I know who he is. He did a review of the Star Wars trailer.
Don't review trailers.
He did
trailers.
But he's a huge Star Wars nut. Apparently, he's a really big Star Wars nut. So he was like in Star Wars pajamas with like a cape or something like that. So he was just like, "You guys know that I love Star Wars." Bleh.
You guys know this thing. Okay, let's get to the trailer.
Let's get to the trailer. Yeah. So, anyways, any closing remarks on the crazy people listening in your head? Do you think he should get that checked out? Do you think maybe he goes to the doctor, or
I'd go back to sleep and see if it happens again?
Yeah,
if it does happen,
go talk to a shrink or whatever.
No, actually, like a doctor to get maybe scans in your brain, maybe because potentially something wrong.
Well, yeah, but I would discuss that with someone who specializes in.
Oh, okay.
Like I would go to like a psychologist first, and like, hey, I'm hearing voices. My mom's talking to me, saying the devil's coming to get me, and try that out. And if
see what happens,
the psychologist thinks, okay, you need to go see a specialist, then I would go. But
all right,
I would just go back to sleep and.
No, I mean, it's a valid strategy, I guess, technically. Well, anyways, that is the end of our advice segments. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I actually really enjoyed perusing through all these different stories and
it was fun.
Stuff like that and giving advice. So I think hopefully we can get more actual emails and feedback. Again, if you want a piece of advice and you want to hear what we have to say on the issue, email us or email me. Sorry, no one's us. No one's my co-host. We're all guests here. Apparently.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. Right? Yeah. Right.
Are we Owen Wilson?
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
You seen the Star Wars thing where every little wave of the
lightsaber
is a
wow. Anyways, email me at onemorepodcast@gmail.com. Again, onemorepodcast@gmail.com. All right. So, like we always do at the end, lightning round. We're gonna go a few questions. I just genuinely love this. Yes, okay. No, or give an answer to the response. But don't explain, anything, no extension. If you inherited $1 million, what is the first thing you would do, Blake?
Buy a Batmobile.
Alex?
Buy a house for my family.
God damn it, I would... now my answer makes me sound shitty, but I was going to say buy a house for myself. Buy like a mansion.
Yeah.
Blake.
$1 million? Sorry, not explaining. Sorry.
Blake. What is more logical to follow? Your heart or your head?
Your head.
Head.
I say depends, but generally I go with my heart.
No explaining.
Damn it! Shut up. Last one. Who is your celebrity crush? It's okay if you don't have one.
Skip me. We'll go. Come back to me.
I can't remember her fucking name.
Where's she from?
Bella Thorne.
I don't know who that is. Who is she from?
She was on some Disney show.
Oh, okay, sure.
From like 2 years ago. 2 or 3
Oh,
years
okay.
ago.
Oh, so she's like around our age, kind of, probably.
Yeah,
a little older. Oh,
Pretty
okay,
sure.
nice. I would go with either Christian Shaw or Zoe Deschanel or the drummer from Neon Trees. I forget her name, but I know she's like Mormon or something and already married, happily married, but she's just how she plays it. I don't mind. I'm explaining. Go ahead, Blake.
Let's go with Casey Musgrave. She's a country music singer.
Mm-hmm.
Or Betty White.
Wow. Okay. All right. And that is the end of the show, everybody. Really appreciate you being on. Hopefully we can do kind of more similar stuff to this. Again, email your questions. onemorepodcast@gmail.com. Honestly, you could probably direct message me through Facebook, anything like that. Message me, whatever it is. I'll keep total anonymity and how do you say the word?
Anonymity.
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 Anonymity. Say it.
See an enemy.
No, seriously. Say it one more. I have to say it.
I'm going to be tongue twisted now. Anonymity.
Anonymity. I can't.
Anonymity.
Nimity.
Close enough.
Anonymity. I can't. I hate
It's
that
close
word.
enough.
Anyways, thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. Hope you guys have a fantastic night, day, toilet session, whenever you're listening to this. All right. Bye.
Hey, everybody. That's the end of the show. Really hope that you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. If you didn't, that's okay. Try again next episode. I mean, you can probably learn something. Law of averages, something like that, right? Anyways, this episode has been sponsored by Haven Cottage Investments. Really appreciate everything that they're doing. If you want to buy a home, sell a home, rent a home, lease a home, whatever it is, I don't know what you want to do, definitely get in contact with Sabrina Parker. She knows what she is doing, all right? She's like some kind of financial investment genius, okay? All of her contact information, you got her email, her phone number, anything at all to get in contact with her down below. Haven Cottage Investments is awesome, okay? Definitely going to need to take advantage of that, because if you don't, well, that just kind of sucks for you. But if you mention the podcast, just mention the One More podcast when you're contacting her, either via phone or email, you'll get half off the commission rate. That's good. That's more money in your pocket. So yeah, give her a call, give her a shout, anything you can. It's definitely worth a try. It's definitely worth a call at least. Figure out if it's even right for you. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed again the podcast. And again, Haven Cottage Investments. It's what they do that helps me do what I do. So again, if you want to show some love and support, definitely check them out, give them a call, everything like that. I don't know how many times I can say it, don't know how many times I've said it, but I'll keep saying it because that's what I'm here for. All right, guys, have a great night, day, whenever you're listening to this podcast. I don't know. All right, peace.
This kid finna knock himself out.